2. Silence of the North. The council that forged a civil war. They expected songs. They expected the old ritual. The shoreline crowded, horns lifted, women laughing, children running, jarls pretending unity while calculating the next voyage. Instead, the North met them with silence. The longships that returned between roughly 862 and 865 AD were fewer than the men remembered. Torn sails, salt-burned rope, hulls darkened where fire had kissed the wood. Veterans stepped onto the shore like ghosts who refused to die, leaner, quieter, heavier in the eyes. Not the swagger of raiders, but the stillness of men who had watched an entire fleet vanish and kept breathing. And that silence spread faster than any rumor. Along the coasts and inland lakes of Scandinavia, what is now Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, people counted faces more than they counted treasure. They noticed missing brothers, missing fathers, missing leaders, and the most dangerous question began to form in every settlement. If half the fleet could burn in foreign waters, what could happen here, at home, where the enemy speaks your language and fights your way? Bjorn Ironside did not return like a prince. He returned like a commander. He didn't climb a rock to boast. He didn't raise an axe to promise another aid. He didn't feed the crowd with legend. He let them stare at the survivors, at the torn banners, at the scars that made bragging feel childish. Then he moved. Quietly, methodically, he began pulling the North into order. Not by declaring a crown yet, by controlling the things that create crowns. Ports, supplies, loyalty, fear. First came the veterans. Men who had crossed the Bay of Biscay, tasted the coasts of Iberia, seen walls in Italy, watched fire on water. These were not seasonal raiders anymore. These were campaign men. Bjorn placed them in key crews, key camps, key routes. He turned survivors into instructors, teaching formation, discipline, watch rotations, signals, and restraint. In the old Viking world, rage was admired. Bjorn taught something more frightening. Rage wins a moment. Discipline wins a kingdom. Local jarls felt the shift immediately. Some tried to contain it. They blocked access to harbors. They delayed trade. They tightened control of inland routes. They invited Bjorn to feasts with smiles too sharp to trust, hoping to drown him in politics before he could reorganize the war bands. Others tried a softer blade. They offered alliances through marriage. In the North, marriage was never only love. It was borders, ships, and bloodlines. A daughter offered to Bjorn meant share command. A sister offered meant share territory. A widow offered meant